Let's face it, you suck as a nurse, and here's why. Hey everyone, I'm your fave nurse B. Today I'm going to give you the top 5 reasons why you suck as a nurse. Yes, your fave nurse B said it. You suck. There are some crappy freaking nurses out there. Or there are situations where you're just like, I'm done. Screw it. I ain't doing nothing. I'm about to just sit down and just ride out this clock. I ain't about to be nobody's fave nurse today. Like, y'all gonna get what y'all gonna get. Alright, so this is not in any particular order. We're just gonna get through this list. I know it's gonna be a little controversial, perhaps. So let me know in the comment section what you think of this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, okay y'all? I said comment twice, but that means comment, y'all. Comment anything. Number 1 is you don't assess your patients. Yeah, I cannot tell you how many times a nurse would be like, such and such is constipated. I gave her this, she didn't do anything, but you know, hopefully she'll do something on your shift. Like when I'm getting reports from nurses and I'm like, what time did you give her? I don't know, let's see, what time did you give her the milk mag or whatever? And they're like, oh, I got it. I gave it to her like at, I don't know, 8 o'clock this morning, 9 o'clock this morning. Okay, so here it is, 2:30, and she still hasn't gone. She told you the last time she went was like 4 days ago. Okay, and they haven't gone yet? Nope, I don't know what they're gonna do, I don't know. All right, so to me, you didn't assess them. You didn't go to them, you didn't talk to them, you didn't look in the paperwork and see, you know, what else is going on with the patient. Did you actually go look and see if there's like impaction there? Did you call the doctor? Did you call the family? Did you go back to the patient? Did you give them more fluids? Did you try anything else to try to get them to go? Like, you just gonna throw it on me? If this lady's sitting here and haven't done it for several days and you gave her something that didn't work? Or they'll be like, yeah, I gave her this, and then the night nurse gave her this. And so I don't know what's going on with her, but, and so they just throw everything on you. And you're like, okay, what I'm supposed to do? Go in there and just take it out? You have a whole 8 hours to do this. Like, seriously, like, come on now, let's be for real. You have to properly assess your patients. Assessment is key. That's the first part of freaking ADPI or the nursing diagnosis or whatever. What is it called? Nursing process. That's the first thing in the nursing process, is assessing your patient, asking questions, getting data, looking through your chart, talking to the doctors, talking to the family, talking to the aides, and just painting a picture for your patient and whatever issue they're going through so that you can actually do the interventions and do the work to actually help the issue that the patient is having. Otherwise, you just leaving the work for somebody else to do. Like, that's crazy to me. Like, that goes with my nursing pet peeves video, which I have one. I'll link it up here. It's a huge pet peeve. Assess your patients, see what's going on with them, and don't just leave everything on the next nurse, okay? The second reason why you suck as a nurse is you don't communicate. You don't know how to communicate. Like, this kind of goes back to the whole assessment and just leaving stuff on people. Is some people, they, for one, they hella ratchet. Now, this is Nurse B on YouTube doing videos. Of course, I try to give y'all professionalism, but I also try to, you know, entertain y'all in some way. But at the end of the day, when I'm at work, I'm a nurse, I'm a professional, I get my job done, I take care of my patients. Like, all of the extraness is not there. Sometimes it's there, but for the most part, it's not there. But some people, they talk crazy to one another, to other people, to aides, to doctors, to families. Like, it just be like, girl, like, did you really have to say that? And men too. It's some men out there too that are nurses that are off the chain with how they talk to people. And there's the lack of professionalism is crazy in the nursing field. But on top of that, just sitting down and saying something to your aide in a professional and respectful way, that's not always there. Sometimes you gotta just let people know what you gotta let them know. But that's another video, it's another video. But just the communication is not always there. Not always telling. Like, I can't tell you how many times something happened to a patient and I'm like, an aide comes to me and they're like, oh yeah, such and such got this going on with them. I'd be like, nobody told me that. What do you mean? Yeah, she, you know, da da da. Or I'll see a bandage on a patient. There's no date, there's no initials, no nothing. And I'm like, what the heck happened to her? Like, why does she got this on her? I didn't get anything in the report saying that somebody had an injury. And the next thing I know, I go through and look at the nurses and somebody put a note in there. Like, why? We need to communicate these things. But I will say sometimes it gets super stressful and kind of like overwhelming that you're not always able to cross your T's and dot your I's in the field. But sometimes, for one, it's not always acceptable. So what, you're busy, you gotta get it done. And two, some stuff is just like, girl, like, you just being lazy, or you're just not on top of being able to communicate this to everybody. Or I'll tell a family member, oh yeah, you know, maybe your mom is acting this way because she has a UTI, she's on an antibiotic. What? When did this happen? Nobody called me. Stuff like that. Or the doctor's like, oh, nobody told me that my patient was in the hospital. What the hell is going on? Who sent them to the hospital? What happened? Stuff like that, like, legit happens. And you're like, oh yeah, they've been in the hospital for the past 3 days. And the doctor's like, why didn't anybody tell me? Like, how does that even happen? Communication, in which I don't always fault people, because I'm telling you, it can get super overwhelming in the field. It can get really crazy to the point where you're just like, I forgot. Like, I thought I'd call them, or I just gotta go home. Like, it's so much left to do, I gotta go, bye. But communication is second, whether it be a person has a really nasty, unprofessional attitude, or they're not, you know, talking to everybody in the team and letting us all know what's going on. The third reason why you suck is because you quit learning. You decided to take whatever you got from nursing school, that's all you're gonna get, and you kept it pushing. When a person comes to you and say, hey, this is the new way to do something, you're like, that ain't the way I learned how to do it in nursing school. I don't care. There's so much evidence-based practice that changes every single day. There's a lot of continued education that we have to do as nurses. Here in Missouri, we technically do not have to do them. Isn't that crazy? I know, but anywho. But there's so much new information out here to be learned, or things that we got in nursing school that we have to relearn or revisit so that we can stay afresh and stay anew in doing what we need to do as nurses. But so many people refuse to learn, refuse to hear anything from anybody. Whatever they say is the way it needs to go. They don't care. They're gonna keep doing it the way they've been doing it since back in '98. That's just how they feel. Or some people, you just cannot tell them something. They're just unteachable people. And these are some people who are brand new nurses. Like, you can't show them or teach them anything. Like, they just got it. And you're like, that's the whole point of being in this field. There's so much that you can learn. There's so much more that you can gain out here. It's not all, this is the way to do it and that's that. No, like, there's so much more to get out of it. But there's a lot of people who are stubborn, stuck in their ways, and they don't want to learn anything new. And that puts you and your patients in a very, very horrible situation. And I'm glad I'm nowhere near like that. Hey, show me, teach me. Yeah, I learned it in nursing school, but let me know again. Like, maybe there's something else I can add on to what I need to know. We have to keep growing and evolving, but some people want to stay stuck. They want to stay stuck. The fourth reason why you suck is because you don't respect your staff. This goes back to me saying with communication, some people, they look, I'm not gonna lie, there's some nurses who really, really look down on aides, which I think is just, it boggles me, like, boggles. It really, like, I'd be like, really? That's how you feel about people? Like, who are you? Who do you think you are? Like, girl, like, whatever, you got a title, you went to school, so what? Like, that does not make you better than anybody. Okay, like, let's be for real. They'll look down on aides. They'll say, do what? I'm not the aide, I'm not doing that. Or they'll talk. I've seen some nurses talk real reckless to aides. But then again, I've seen a back and forth between CNAs and nurses, which I have videos talking about why nurses bump heads, but that's a whole nother video. Go watch it. Okay, the show must go on. I bet y'all distracted now by the little chocolate baby. So yes, it's not just aides that some nurses talk to, it's other nurses too. Like, I've seen a nurse, she worked on night shift, and she told me, like, she was scared of the CMT, because she said, I thought this girl about to fight me, the way she came behind the desk and got all up in my face about something. And it was like her second day of work, and they like ran her off. I'm like, really? Like, seriously? But but that was a CMT that ran off a nurse. But there's nurses that run off other nurses too. Like, it just be crazy. It's just like, some people just take it too personal. They just be having too much drama at the job. Like, who cares? This is a job. This is not our life. Like, this is our life. But you over here getting mad because she came to work and she cute, and you still in them same crusty old scrubs. Like, get over it. You agree? Don't you? You agree, don't you? Or I've seen some nurses go off on therapy, but let me quiet as is kept, honey. Some of these therapists, OT, PT, ST, they really, honey, they be overstepping some boundaries sometimes. Like, I think they should have went to nursing school, like, for real. And I think that's a thing when it comes down to how nurses communicate with other, like, team members, whether it be therapy or doctors or other nurses or CNAs, is sometimes people don't realize how much nurses have to do, and they also don't realize, like, how many people try to tell nurses how to do their job. That could be a totally different video. Why your head back like that? Relax. Relax, Rai. Relax. You don't want to, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to push her. She don't want, just, so don't be talking about how I'm holding my baby. Yeah, I think it's just sometimes the respect is not there, but also I think, I mean, I guess I'm kind of like biased because I'm over here defending some nurses why they suck. But some of y'all do suck, like for real, flat out. There's no defending it. Like, and you know who you are. Like, comment, and subscribe. So my fifth thing is, this is kind of going with me not respecting people. Why some nurses don't respect people is also some people just take stuff too personal. They take whatever's going on with a patient or with the aide or with a family member, they take it on as if it's like a personal attack on them. Sometimes people, the way they act towards you is just, girl. Sometimes the way people act, that's just simply an issue they got going on. Something happened with them at home, or they're uncomfortable, or money issues, whatever. It really ain't got nothing to do with you. So for you to take it personal, it's kind of just like, why? And I know it's easier said than done. Don't believe it. Believe me, I've had situations where I be like, you ain't about to talk to me like that. Like, we finna have this conversation. Like, whatever you got going on, fix it, nip it in the bud. Like, I don't. Some stuff people just take it too seriously, or not too seriously, too personally. Whether it be how a doctor talks to you, or another nurse, or even management. And some people, I get it, they're like, oh, you're not gonna talk to me that way. I don't care what you say. I don't care who you are. You're not gonna disrespect me, which I can respect that. Some people are just like that, but some stuff I let it roll off my back, because a lot of times when people talk to you crazy and you don't give them the satisfaction of talking right back to them crazy, they'll come back to you and be like, you know what, I was wrong. You know, I was in my feelings, or whatever the case may be. And you know, it is what it is. I'm sorry. That's not the way to communicate. This and the third. I have that. Do y'all be picking on y'all baby? Like, I be like all up on her ear, everything. Like, what's? It be so many creases. All the creases. You will see a lot. Even doctors will come back and be like, hey, you know, I know that wasn't the right thing to do. Or they'll apologize. Or they'll bring you something the next day. Stuff like that. It's like an abusive freaking relationship. Like, for real. Like, sometimes. I just let it brush off my back. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes you be in your issues and you be like, no, like, I'm gonna respond to it. But yeah, I don't take stuff personally. Whatever person got going on with them, that's just their issue. You keep going on about your day, brush it off, say your mantra, go do your woosah, go get something to drink, whatever. Not something to drink, but like some water, juice, coffee, tea, nothing like that. And and just keep it pushing. It's just a job. It's like, it's not, you don't have to keep fighting and defending yourself at these jobs. Like, let some people attitudes be what they're gonna be, and just keep, it just makes stuff so much easier when you just don't even respond to some people. But don't get me wrong, there's times when you just gotta nip stuff in the butt. Alright, so those are the top 5 reasons why you suck as a nurse. Let me know in the comment section if you all have anything else to add, and I'll probably do like a part 2 to this. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, and go check out our second channel, Stay Forever True. It's a mommy channel, and I show you vegan and vegetarian videos, and also just my life outside of nursing. All right, y'all, peace.